Alright. Welcome to On Track Tuesday. I'm Steve, and this is the second Tuesday of the month, so my turn. Still chuckling over Joe's last shrunk hot cars. Remember, don't use hot water. Anyway. Hey, all right, Andy's here. Just popped in. Floyd Robin gets the cookies first, followed shortly couple hours later by James. And then jumps over. That's the Canadians. They're ones on time. And a good buddy John Raleigh. Joe Rager, of course. Ray Burleson is with us. And attention Andy. And that's it for right now. And of course, we are coming live from so we have some feedback, and I'm sure I know why. That should have solved the problem, maybe, kind of, sort of. Hopefully you're not just hearing the fan. But that should be it. Okay, good enough. And what happens is I have multiple mics, and I had the mic that is right next to the tracks turned on, and from a video I was working on, and that gives the feedback. And there's Jason, Colonel Cottonbelt is with us. Hey, Jason, I need to talk to you. I'll probably give you a call tomorrow. I may be coming through Little Rock on Sunday night of Memorial Weekend. But if you're not with family or camping or whatever, and Dave BNSF has joined us as well. Hey, Dave. And so I have a busy 2 weeks coming. Immediately following Friday Live, I take off to Dallas to judge the Dallas Koi Show. And I get home Sunday night, and I will be leaving on Tuesday to head over to my son's place in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And from there, I will leave on Wednesday up to Louisville. It's not Louisville, it's Louisville. Just ask anybody from there. And I have a koi show I'm judging with a good friend from Holland who is coming over. And that finishes up Sunday about noon. And so I will head back this way. And I think Little Rock will be a pretty good stopping place to pop in and see Jason on Monday morning. Maybe run a few trains if he's able to. It sounds fishy to you, Ray? Yeah, it is. So, but it should be fun. I always try to hit hobby shops and stuff as I travel as well. Tonight I got a couple things on my work benches. And we'll start with one. All right, let's flip on over to this camera, and you'll see one of my Rapido Bud Gallery cars. And you may notice it doesn't have any wheel sets in it because, 3 weeks or so ago, I had a derailment. And I had stepped inside for a second. And when I came back out, I fixed the derailment. And then this car would not track. Actually, two cars would not track properly. And so I started examining them. And that's what happened. Apparently, that Rapido E8 that I have is Wilmer from Robert and you. Okay. And so if Robert is there and Jason is here, let me get away from this story for a second. All right. Do you notice? Do you notice? Huh? You shamed me into doing it. You shamed me into doing it, guys. They were giving me heck when a few weeks ago when Jason and I were down at Roberts, that my engineer's hat was for the Cumbres and Toltec and not my layout, the Burlington. So there. And just in case I get dementia, I made sure I got a hat that had this on it so I could remember what I am. Thanks, Jason. All right. And so anyway, let's get... no, he took the KCCP or CPKC, whatever it is. He took that hat with him. And he's got a shirt, too. Big shirt that advertises it as well, with a maple leaf on the back. Hey, Dwight! Welcome, buddy. Robert's sitting there. Steam's coming out of his ears. So anyway, let's get back to this. So these wheel sets, and there's 4 of them. That picture only shows 3. They look like they're melted. I think what happened is, and I could be wrong, the derailment shorted out as it was laying on the rails and heated up to the point where it melted these things. And so I got it. The car was under warranty. Yeah, he's going to put me in timeout. Yeah. Oh, Robert doesn't have his hat for this weekend. Shame. So I got a hold of Rapido, and they said, yeah, they've had issues with wobbly wheels on these cars, and said they'd ship me out 6 so that I'd have a couple extras. And they arrived today. And for any of you degenerate, pervert, whatever, deviant types, you can freeze frame that and get my address. Or you can just ask me, I'll tell you. Hey, Anthony at Georgia Sunbelt. So anyway, let's get these wheels out. And yep, they sent me 6. So I kind of like how my bi-level commuter runs with just 2 cars. So I'm not sure I'm going to put this one back on the track. What the heck? Oh, here we go. All right. So we'll get this thing. Hello, Trackside Mike. Welcome. And what I did was the bad wheels happened on 2 different cars. So what I did was I cannibalized one car so that I could get the other car back up and running. And these, of course, just slip right in. Kind of defeats the purpose when they pull it away like that, huh? All right, all right, all right. That's two in. See? And Wigwaggy sneak in. I don't see him. Oh well. Three. Then the key will be, does it track properly? Oh. Well, we shall see. Where's Wigwag? Huh. Mike, I don't see Wigwag. All right, let me put it up there. Yeah, there's one that's just not right. Huh. Three are all right. I think this truck is messed up. It's not sitting well. There. And whose lights went off? Welcome, Sparky. All right, try it again. Well, let's try it in the train. That's not right. I need a couple new trucks to go with those new wheels, I think. Uh-oh. Huh. Something happened. Huh. Anyway, well, that did not solve the issue. One wheel is sitting low. Or high, whatever you want to call it. And I don't know why. Unless, yeah, it's melted. That's the problem. All right, if you look, it focuses. You look right there, it's melted. So I need a new truck. What am I trying to accomplish? Um, well, it's melted, Andy, so that the metal frame with the little spindle that the knob of the wheel sits into is not in the right position. It sits too high, which makes the wheel rub and it won't stay on track. So what I'm looking at here is if I can somehow fix this. And I'm not sure that I can. Oh well. So that project is on hold. And I can put it back away. But at least I got new wheels. Save the old ones. Oh, joy. So my other project that I have been working on is this one. This is Lynn McCurdy sent me two Baldwin VO1000s and a SW15. Okay. And one was a dummy. One of the VOs was a dummy. The SW, Lynn had to cut away the body a little bit to get a decoder into it. So what I did, and both, who is James G. All right. So what I did was I've cannibalized all of them. The two VO1000s were both in Southern Pacific paint schemes, but two different paint schemes. One was in the bloody nose scheme, and the other was in the black with the orange stripe scheme. And so I stripped both of those down, and I have since painted them. I'm back. I'm back. You should be able to see me now, or see my. Maybe not. Yeah, there it is. Wow. So anyway, what I want to do is, this was one of, I had this dummy, but the trucks were such that you could not pick up metal, pick up power through them, because where the spindles on the wheel sets hit were plastic instead of brass. So what I've done is I've taken the dummy VO 1000 that Lynn sent, and I've taken that frame off of it and put my frame on that, because CNEI John needs that for the hand railings. All right. So that leaves me with this project and another project that I can do exactly like this one, so that I can have a dummy VO1000. And I'll explain what I'm doing to this here in a second. But I also have And what I will have to do is one of the VO1000s, I think it's an Atlas frame and motor, and it's smooth as silk. The one powered VO1000 that Lynn sent me, I rebuilt it, but that old motor pulled like 1.5 amps, and the coders are only rated for 1. So guess what happened? But that's okay. The I got it. Well, so what I've done, I stripped down both shells of the VO1000, and ouch. Let's pull it up. And you can see the paint job on it. Now I got the decals ordered for the striping and lettering, and they're due here tomorrow. And am I moving? I should be moving. Am I not moving? Whee. Anyway, so I've got to put some. Let's go back to the dummies, to the dummy. All right. Now I have milled out this whole center compartment. Man, I got a hell of a lag. Anyway, the whole thing is milled out. What'll happen is a speaker will sit down inside of there. All right. Then I will have a piece of styrene over the top of it. Followed by a decoder and Keep Alive. And in that fashion, this dummy can have sound and lighting. So that's what the plan is. All right. Man, I wonder if it's because it's hot out here. Why it's so slow. Anyway, so I'm going to do 2 of these frames this way. One for this SW. And then the other for that VO. Oh, I know why it's so slow. Because it's my cell phone camera. The other cameras are not so slow. So I've got, like I said, I got 2 of these VO frames. Shells that I am putting together. Huh. That one? Yeah. And take away the zoom. And move that one. And then I also have that one. So I got 2. to work with. One of the things I'm doing, and I'll put, these will be cheap Digitrax sound decoders since they're dummy engines with crappy speakers. You like that, do you, Dwight? Yeah, the camera's, I mean, literally right next to it. So, hey, JD. The other thing I'm doing on these now is I am putting in a lighting plug for everything on the shell, so that since there's no only lighting functions, I've taken off the leads for motor and the green and purple one. Thanks, Andrew, Anthony. Appreciate that. Um, so that it's easy to take shells off, all right, and then simply plug them back in once you're done working on them. So, although oh, 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 oh. Ah, trying to get this plug in, and it doesn't want to. There it goes. There it goes. All right. So let's plug it back in. So that's my other big project. What else is happening with everybody? I do have a video tomorrow, a Workbench Wednesday from tomorrow, that covers Soundtrax installation, Tsunami 2 installation in a P2K GP7 Phase 2. Oh, Pedro! Welcome. You know, every time I look at your videos, Pedro, and look at that city scene, you know, I really like the shadowing effect of your buildings. And I know you did a video about it way back when, but I just thought I'd mention that to you. I thought it looked really, still looks good. So. Okay. And so I better get this one off the layout. And then I can put that one back in the barn. I am really this. I think it's an Atlas. but it could be some other brand. It's not an Athearn. It runs too good to be an Athearn. It doesn't have a sound decoder in it yet, but I have two Tsunami 2s and a Keep Alive harness coming in from Iron Planet tomorrow, supposedly, if UPS doesn't lose it. UPS lost my wife's birthday present and Mother's Day present. I was upset. Hello, Randall. And I don't know how many of you have ever been to Mackinac Island, but in the Straits of Mackinac, between Lake Michigan and Lake Huron. I guess it's technically in Lake Huron, since it's on the east side of the Mackinac Bridge. But it's a cool island, and colonial style. No motorized vehicles except for emergency vehicles. So everything is horse and buggy or bicycle or walking. And the town, of course, is a tourist trap, and their big thing is fudge. So I was going to have fudge sent down for my wife, snacking off fudge, because took her there the first time when I proposed to her at Niagara Falls. We did a tour all through Ontario, like I used to do as a kid, culminating in Niagara Falls where I proposed to her. And then the second time, we went back when I retired. So about 7 years ago. Anyway, the engine, the Blackbird you see on the left, that's a SD7. The GP7 is behind that shack right there. And that's the one that is the subject of tomorrow's video. And then over on the other bench, that's the other VO1000 that I showed you. And all my stuff. Yeah. So I am definitely staying busy. And just been trying to get some odds and ends done. These dummies are quite the project. I thought one or the other of... Hey, Pedro, thanks for subscribing. I thought one or the other of these chips was good. I thought wrong. So I didn't have anything that I could test. Holy shit, what is it? I'm finding all kinds of little screws. That's never a good thing. Oh, I know where it's from. So that I could test the wiring on this. But alas, it is no good. So I'll have to run over to Whistle Stop Hobbies and pick up at least one decoder, cheap Digitrax decoder, and go from there. So, and we can run the bi-level just with 2 cars. Maybe, kind of, sort of. Once I get it coupled back together. course, where it sits is on a curve. All right, so we can run that one. With a Dremel and a cutoff disc, Mike. I mean, I took the trucks off, took these trucks off, and let me get another chassis that has not been milled yet, so you can see the difference. All right, that's the same chassis, and you can see where this, and portions of this and this were taken out. And like I say, it's just a cutoff wheel, and you got to do some constructive angles to get to it. Hey, Cowboy Steve, welcome. And but once it's out, you know, if it's going to be a dummy, that it's kind of wasted space. So the speaker will sit right down in there. And then I fabricated a piece of styrene. I fabricated a piece of styrene that will go here. And I'll use super glue just to tack that in place so that then the decoder and the Keep Alive can fit on there. The challenge with these SWs are this hood height is so much shorter than a typical, and that's still a switcher, but you don't have, especially here, where it angles back down. And this is even shorter than like a GP or an SD. So that's what the process is. And of course, I'm taking pictures. The whole thing will eventually be a Workbench Wednesday episode. Eventually. So anyway, I guess I hit a dead spot. Must be time to clean some track. I only have one thing left to do here at the Fairview station, which is that upper left and bottom. Well, it's 3 of the 4. Upper right is not Fairview Station. That's JW Lumber and Supply, or TF Lumber and Supply. Now I guess I got to change it to CCB Lumber and Supply, Colonel Cotton Belt. That upper right hand picture, for those who don't know it, that's a picture that Jason took of his lumber shed that I took and made a flat out of, and then put a dock in front of it. And on video, it looks like uh, it it looks like 3D. Rayman, no topic. We're just on track about others, any and everything stuff. So I was going through a couple projects I had. I thought I was going to be able to fix my Rapido bi-level commuter car, but alas, no such luck. I'll have to get a hold of them tomorrow. Thank them for the wheel sets, but tell them I need a truck. Yeah, it's pretty convincing, uh, actually. Hello, Ken. Welcome, welcome. And for those of you showing up late, we got about 13 minutes left, and I'm just kind of running some trains. I know what I can do. I can give you a sneak peek on tomorrow's Workbench Wednesday by firing up at GP7. All right. Hello, Bernard. Freezing, Bernard. Whoa. It's upper 80s here. I'm stuck. That's the GP7 with Tsunami 2. There we go. Man, Bernard, I'm glad I don't live there. Too late in the year for snow. Oh my, you got a reflection. Well, guys, with that, we'll wrap things up. Now that Bernard's here, we can close down the live stream. So, with that, hey guys, I want to thank you for joining me here at the Retirement Railroad for On Track Tuesday, and stay tuned next week. Yes, that is sunshine, Bernard, and not a cloud in the sky. All right. Thank you, Joe. I'll see you tomorrow. 10 a.m. Central Time, guys, will be Workbench Wednesday. If you can't make it, catch the replay. With that, y'all have a great evening. Bye now.